how to make your money work for you investing. All right, so welcome back. I'm Ted Thomas. I've been involved in real estate and in a home-based entrepreneurial business for the past 30 years. Now, this episode is really everyone's dream. Now, what is that? How are you going to make money investing? And that's what you want to do, so we're going to talk about that. So many of my students do exactly that, and they make their money work for them. So think of this session as how to make money work for you. Now, I know hundreds of ways to make money, but let's just talk about one very, very important one. So I said, I know, but I don't know hundreds of ways to make money. I know one way that makes money, and I do it again and again and again, and the same way will work for you. Now, I've developed a step-by-step system, and I'm going to share that with you, and this will work for you. It's generated millions of dollars for dozens, really hundreds of my students. It's a step-by-step process. Now, it's not a get-rich-quick deal. Once you learn how to do this, it's a marathon, and you can just keep running and you can keep doing it. But you make money. So what you're really trying to do is you're trying to get your investments to make money so that you don't have to work. So traditional, put money in the bank, that's a tough way to go. Why is that tough? Because the banks are paying such low interest rates. Now, the government sets the bank rates. So the bank rates are like 1% or less. So maybe now with this high inflation we have, we'll suddenly see it start moving up. Very tough to make your money sitting in the bank. So you need to adjust your strategy. So I'm going to show you how to do that on this video. Now, my coaches over the past 10 years have really helped me perfect this, and we've done hundreds of deals the same way. So we're talking about buying real estate at 10, 20, 30 cents on the dollar, and we're going to generate thousands of dollars in monthly income from that real estate. And how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to buy them at tax auctions, which I'll talk about in just a few minutes. All right, now, I don't want you to have to fix houses and rehabilitate them. You want to be able to buy them and then resell them, because if you have to fix them, it's going to take a lot more money. So I'm going to talk about one of my student investors, and what did he do? He bought 60 properties in 6 years. Now, each one of those properties he sold, and he bought them for pennies at the auction, and they sold them for big dollars because he accepted a land contract, which is nothing more than a promissory note. Okay, so it's a promissory note that says the new buyer is going to pay, just like the new buyer would be paying a mortgage. He's now paying the land contract or the promissory note to the investor. So you're going to be the investor. So you're going to buy these houses for pennies, and then you're going to sell these houses for real dollars, and you're going to use a land contract to do that. So we buy the properties for 10, 20, 30 cents on the dollar. Then we don't try to get top dollar, but what we try to do is we sell the properties and we accept payments. Now, that's going to be a big, big deal. So late night television, hotel seminars, they're all promoting an old concept. What's the old concept? The old concept is buy these properties, fix them up, rehabilitate them, and then put them out into the market. It's very hard to do. Number one, the real estate costs a lot of money. Number two, it takes a long time to rehabilitate them. Number three, it raises the price to high prices. We're able to sell at lower prices and make more money simply because we're going to let the people that buy the property, let them do the minor rehabilitation that has to be done. They certainly can figure out how to do flooring. They certainly can figure out how to fix bathrooms. They certainly can figure out how to fix roofs and whatever. If they can get a good deal, that's what they want, and that's what we want too. We're going to sell at a good deal, so they're going to buy real estate, not at pennies on the dollar like we buy, but they're going to buy it wholesale, and they're going to be able to make payments to us. So the old concept is buy, fix it up, and resell it. That's a tough one to do today because the prices are so high. All right, now the rental rates haven't risen as much as everybody would like. The rents are moving and changing now, but they have been a long time stagnated. So it's going to take a long time for you to get a payout if you're trying to rent the property. You're much better off if you could sell it and be the banker. Why not be the banker? You could be the banker and be collecting payments, and you could collect those payments for as long as 10 or 15 years by using a land contract. Now, the uneducated buyer, what they're looking for is they're looking for flippers. They want to buy them, and then they want to quickly resell them for high prices. I'm not suggesting that you don't do that. You could buy at tax defaulted auctions, and what could you do with the property? What you could do is you could sell it to a rehabber, all right? However, it would be better if you could sell it to an owner and collect payments. Now you're going to make money on your money. By that I mean you're going to buy the property, you're going to sell it and make a profit, then you're going to be the person that makes the loan, in other words, a promissory note, and you're going to get interest on that. So now your money is not only making money on the profit, it's also making money on the interest. All right, that's the way you want to be able to do business. Now, can you imagine my student's got 60 properties and he's getting some kind of check on all 60 property. He doesn't have to do any fix-up. He doesn't have to do any rehabilitation. He just has to make sure that those people pay. Now, if they don't pay, it's very easy for him because what is he doing? When he sells the property, he sells it on a contract. He does not change the title. So he doesn't have to do a foreclosure. He can just evict them from the property. All right, I'm not going to go through the legal process, but you're getting the idea. These properties are not mortgaged. You don't have to do the challenge of a mortgage or a deed of trust. What you can do is you can sell the property on a land contract. Going to make business a lot easier for you. All right, now traditionally real estate is not easy. This real estate is not easy either. However, we have a much bigger market. Why is it a bigger market? Because there's a lot of people that have credit problems. What's their credit problem? Well, whatever it is, they've got low FICO scores, and now you can still sell to them at bargain prices and collect payments. All right, now many new investors, they're trying to purchase properties. Unfortunately, they pay a little bit too much for the property, then they go ahead and they fix it up. Now they're in it even more. And when they go to rent it, they can't rent it for enough money. Now what do they have? They have negative cash flow. Folks, you don't want negative cash flow because what if the people move out? Then you've got massive negative cash flow. Who's going to make the payment like on the mortgage or the payment? Who's going to pay the taxes? Who's going to pay the repairs? Who's going to pay the broker to resell it? My point is, if you can sell the properties on a land contract, you'll be getting money on top of your money. So you first bought it at an auction at a low price, but you're going to get a good markup, maybe $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 markup, and then you're going to collect payments and you're going to get interest on your payment. So you get money on your money on the profit, and money on the interest. That's making money that's going to keep you going for a long time. So now your money's working for you, and that's what you want to do. So what was the title for today? How to make your money work for you investing. All right, so a new investor, they're doing very well if they've thought this out, but most of them haven't been involved in tax liens or tax defaulted property. So you're kind of getting the idea. All right, now if there's a recession, the rental business is a real tough place to be because what people do is they double up, they get other families living with them, or they just abandon it. Now you've got to go back through the rental process. These people are going to hang on to the property because they're buying it from you. When they buy it from you, they're making payments every single month. They will make their payments unless people will walk away. So now your money was invested. You made a profit. So you got your money invested making money. You got the profit making money. And now you're going to make money interest in doing that. All right, so you kind of get the idea. All right, negative cash flows. Why is that around? Because of big mortgages, low rentals, and the expectation that you're going to get rich quickly. There's a lot of people that have negative cash flow. If the market turns against you and you've got negative cash flow, there's a good chance you're going to lose the property. So what's the example I always try to talk about? I try to talk about buy the property at a tax defaulted auction, then sell it, but not for full retail price, but sell it so that you can sell it quickly under the retail price. So you make your profit on your money that was invested, plus now you've sold it to them, so you make a profit. Now, at that point in time, go ahead and mortgage the property and collect payments. So when you collect payments, you get interest on that. So now you get two profits on your original investment, so now your money is making money. So what's our title today? What were we talking about? How to make your money work for you investing. You want to invest in tax defaulted property, and then you want to sell it, and you want to be the banker. It's going to make a huge difference. If you do get involved in this business, what you need to be careful of is number one, before you ever even think about an auction, make sure that you've been at the property and seen it, boots on the ground. Why? What if there's a hurricane? What if there was a fire? What if there's a windstorm? You want to make sure the property's there before you buy it. All right, secondly, you don't want to get involved in any property that you don't know what you're going to sell it for. The beauty of this business is you can buy it low and you can sell it for any price you want, but you should know what you're going to sell it for before you buy it. And finally, I have an auction calendar. It's a magic auction calendar, and you can get a free auction list, and that information on that is right below me.